It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?
What's up, VC? What's going on? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is going to be a video response to Robert Z. His video he just put up a little while ago. I saw it as soon as I came in the door. Didn't even take time to get undressed, to get settled. I had to jump on it because I knew how much fun I was going to have making it. And simply put, it's your favorite television theme songs. Not soundtracks to movies, but theme songs to television shows. Something we don't talk about a lot here in the VC, but at the same time, when it comes to music that I just really have a blast with, it is television theme songs. I have a ton of it, a vinyl, in my iTunes, all across the board, and I listen to it all the time. I love it, love it, love it. And so, of course, I had to start off with, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That's a classic. Pretty sure he was a pedophile, but at the same time, I'm not going to let those type of thoughts creep in and diminish the greatness that was Mr. Rogers. So, had to start off with that one here. So what I'm probably going to do is I pulled out a few albums, but mainly just kind of showing some of my favorites. And I think I want to spend a majority of the time just kind of going through all the ones that I've managed to get into my iTunes. Because that's really where I listen to these a lot, is when I'm on the road, like on the highway, and I jam these things. I remember actually going on a date one time, and I put them on, because I was like, I don't care, this stuff is good, I'm jamming to it, and I'm listening. And of course, once she started listening to it, she was just like, just cracking up too. And that's the best thing about these theme songs, is that you can't listen to them without getting happy and smiling and just kind of taking you back to good times, period. So I'm just going to kind of go through and show, just kind of share just a few. I mean, I have like over 60 in here of the ones I actually love. But I'm just going to go through and share a few, and then I'll show like maybe my 2 or 3 favorites at the very end there. So, that's a good start. Let's just smurf into this. Okay, so let's start off with like cartoons and all that good stuff. And I won't play them all so I can get to a whole bunch of them, but I'll just at least give you a nice little taste. Although it's hard to stop stuff. And I'll try not to repeat some of the ones that Robert did, so because he did a number of my favorites. Everybody knows this one, right? Good old Muppet Show. Oh, here's another one of my favorites. Speed Racer. Tell me you've seen Speed Racer. If you haven't, you better go check it out. The biggest thing I remember about Speed Racer, about the show, every boy wanted the Mach 5 car, period. But every time I hear the theme song, first thing I think about is the way they did the graphics on the show. Because whenever he was like racing or moving and doing something really fast in the car, he was always like a still, and the motion was always in the background. So he's like racing, going like 80,000 miles an hour, and he's like this, and the background's moving like crazy. I think about that every time I hear this song. cracks me up. What is wrong with me? Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo. Let's see. I'll do a couple more of the cartoons and I'll move on. Again, I have a ton of those there too, and I don't want to take up too much time. Recognize that? That's the sample from Dougie Fresh and Get Fresh crew, the show. Has a hip hop feel to it. Inspector Gadget, of course. Okay, let's see. Two more cartoon ones and I'm going to move on. Josie and the Pussycats! Of course! Oh, I remember my friend Brian and I used to race back to my grandmother's house to get back in time to watch Josie and the Pussycats. And we never wanted to miss the beginning because we never wanted to miss the theme song. Oh, okay, one more cartoon one. Let's see, which one should be my favorite as well. For those of you that remember the intro to that show. Great stuff. Okay, let's move into more of the comedy type stuff, comedy sitcom thing. Let me pick some of my favorites from there, if I can begin to narrow it down.
This is Bill Cosby coming at you with If you're not careful, you may learn something.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back.
Welcome Back, Carter. And of course, the theme song was Welcome Back by John Sebastian. And you guys remember, John Travolta was a regular in this show. Just great classic 70s stuff, man. That's all you can say about it. That was a great show. Oh, another one of my favorites right here.
Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP.
WKRP in Cincinnati. It was another great show. It was basically about a radio station and all the different personalities in the radio station, everything that just kind of went on. But WKRP in Cincinnati, classic stuff. Oh, this is another great song too. Great stuff. Makes my stomach drop every time I listen to it, though. I don't know why. It gives me the creeps. I always envision that view from on top of the car that's driving into the city. This is on like the intro to the show, but it's Taxi was the name of the show. I think Danny DeVito was one of the characters in it. It's also where Reverend Jim came from. Oh man, but the name of the song is Taxi or Angela. But again, just crazy stuff. Oh man, this is good stuff. Okay, so moving on. Robert Sherritt, Barney Miller. That's another very good one. One of my top 3 favorite sitcoms of all time. Three's Company, Jack, Janet, Terry, Chrissy, Cindy, Mr. Roper, Mr. Furley, Lana, Larry, Pepe. Love this freaking show. Great stuff. Don't need to say anything there, right? I just played that one. I meant to go here. Probably one of my favorite TV show writer of all time is Mike Post, and one of those songs to his credit that he produced, Last American Hero or Greatest American Hero. Great stuff. Okay, what else? I need to say anything? No, I didn't think so. Oh, really? Gosh, TV was so good back then. Great stuff. Okay, let's go to let's stay on the sitcoms a little bit here. There's still a lot of great stuff I got to show there. One Day at a Time. You guys remember that? Single mom raising two girls. The super, what was his name? Was it Ralph? Like the greaseball kind of guy. Love it. Okay.
Give me a break, I sure deserve it.
I'm so embarrassed to be me right now. But I can't help it. Okay. Then you had shows about poor black people. Then you had more shows about poor black people. Then you had shows about rich white people. Of course you guys remember Dallas, right? Who shot J.R.? Oh man, even people that never watched Dallas, never saw Dallas, still remember the question of who shot J.R. That was almost bigger on television than Who Shot Kennedy. I mean, I don't even remember necessarily the show that much. I was too young to really get into it. But I just remember that everybody and their mom lost their mind trying to figure out who shot JR. Oh my goodness. Now, this next one is arguably one of my top favorite 3 theme songs of all time. And it's from the show Dynasty. Something about that just flows just right for me. But oh, good stuff. love that piece. I don't know what it is about that. But Dynasty was just another one of those shows like JR, just like the whole, you know, big family, big money, and just all the drama that goes on within a family with big money that owns half the country and all that kind of stuff. Which is also the same thing with Knots Landing. Most of the guys, I don't even know if you guys remember this stuff, but again, as a kid, I remember the theme songs were enough to get me to watch it. Like, I have no idea what's going on, but I love that song. That's like, that's the way I was. And the last one I would say on that same whole, like, you know, rich power family thing. Well, I guess this isn't quite in their same way, but St. Elsewhere. They just do not make TV the way they used to. Okay, let's switch gears. I'll do this last kind of section, which will be. Some of these were kind of comedy, kind of drama. They were a little bit of everything, depending on which episodes you caught. But we'll start off with. I'm sure you guys remember this one. I like the song much more than I did the show. I never really got into the show as much. With Klanger and all those guys. It's just, I don't know, I didn't catch on to it, but it was a classic, and it's MASH, of course. I don't care if you like the show or not, everyone had at least one episode of this that they loved. Little House on the Prairie. I still cannot figure out exactly how long. I haven't looked or anything, but I was walking in Best Buy a little while ago. They had a complete series of Little House on the Prairie, and it was like $160-something or whatever. And I remember thinking, wait a minute, exactly how many episodes is that? And if you remember, when it first came on, Laura was like a fourth grader or whatever with, you know, all the stuff and their teeth all out of whack and everything else. And then somewhere along the line, she became this hot mom. And it almost seemed like at some point she was a grandmother. Like, that show ran her entire freaking life. But classic show. I would love to see someone guess this one. I'll be really impressed if you tell me you actually guessed it before I said anything.
Jonathan Hahn, a self-made millionaire. He's quite a guy. This is Mrs. H. She's gorgeous. She's one lady who knows how to take care of herself.
Such memories.
By the way, my name is Max. I take care of both of them, which ain't easy. Because when they met, it was mad.
Did you guess it? Heart to Heart. I'd be so surprised if, or I'd be curious, I should say, to see who actually knew that. Basically about the couple that were kind of like crime fighters / PIs / you know, the whole nine. And Max was kind of like what's his name is to Batman, that type of thing. But anyway, another classic show. I don't think I need to say anything about this one.
Love, exciting and new.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem,
thank
if
you,
no one else
Robert.
can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Okay, I'm gonna play 2 or 3 more before I show you my favorite theme song of all time, and the video's over. Okay, so let's go with Charlie's Angels. Gotta have that one in there. Anyone that was really into music back in the late 70s, early 80s, you watched this show. Dionne Warwick. She was the first host. Solid Gold. Awesome show. I mean, that was just, it was a music show where they did like a top 10 countdown, and on some of the countdown, artists were there to perform. On others, they would just play the music, and they had the Solid Gold dancers that would come out. It was just a music show. Like, it was like a top 10 music show. Awesome stuff. All right. One more, then I'll go to my favorite. Listen to the funk in that guitar. Magnum P.I. Ooh, that's good stuff. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to share my my number one favorite theme song of all time in any TV show. And it's this right here. Again, Mike Post. Hill Street Blues, baby. That is just a beautiful piece of music. I don't care what anybody says. You can get lost in the TV theme and, you know, Hill Street Blues. I didn't like the show that much or whatever. That song, smooth. So, as far as like actually showing some more vinyl and stuff here, this is one I found in a dollar bin a while ago, and I was so happy. It's television theme songs. It's Mike Post, just stuff that he's done. Again, his name is all over stuff. He's one of those guys just so behind the scenes, you wouldn't believe the number of things that he's written, produced, and everything when it comes to TV shows. But of course, the theme to Hill Street Blues, the theme to Greatest American Hero, I mentioned that earlier. Remember White Shadow, the show where the white coach went into the rundown black neighborhood and became their coach and, you know, bonded with them and all that great stuff. Simon and Simon. The theme from Magnum P.I., that was his. What else is on here? Theme from the Rockford Files. I mean, Mike Post has written all kinds of crap or produced on some level. So great stuff. The only other thing I would show, this here, there's actually two separate parts of this series. Television's greatest hits. What we've been listening to is the 70s and 80s. This here is the 50s and 60s, 2 LP set. And so on here you have all the stuff like Mr. Ed, Green Acres, The Munsters, The Dick Van Dyke Show, Gilligan's Island, I Love Lucy, I Dream of Jeannie, Captain Kangaroo, Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, Popeye, Yogi Bear, Mission Impossible, Dragnet, Hawaii Five-0, Star Trek, Batman. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff from the 50s and 60s. So sorry I didn't get to share anything from that portion, but I think the 70s and 80s one is a little bit more, I listened to that a lot more than this one. So anyway, Robert, man, thanks for putting up an awesome video. I had so much fun doing this, and you fooling yourself. You think I'm going to stop playing this when I shut off the camera here, because I cannot get enough of this stuff. So there you go, man. All right, we'll talk to you later.